Although Anthony Pierce confirms that the changes won't be as radical as analysts think, there are those who say that the Raiders' offense will be completely revamped. The fact that the offense didn't work against a defense as fragile as the Panthers won't let Pierce rest. There are reports that the coach has been very irritated in recent days and that he has been looking for solutions, no matter how crazy they seem, even if it costs him his job. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Amid a slow start to the season, the Las Vegas Raiders could see a quarterback change soon, going from Gardner Minshew to Aidan O'Connell. While Raiders coach Antonio Pierce has said that Minshew is still the starter, it could be a matter of time before the change happens, since even ESPN feels the same way. In a column by Dan Graziano and Jeremy Fowler, they would discuss the buzz from Week 3 to Week 4, where the question was asked, "What are you hearing about who might be the next quarterback to be benched?" While the easy answer is Malik Willis of the Green Bay Packers, since Jordan Love is expected to return, the only player to be benched due to lackluster performance is Minshew, according to Graziano. I mean, technically it's Malik Willis of the Packers, since Jordan Love seems close to being back, Graziano wrote. But that's not the answer you're looking for here. So I'm going with Gardner Minshew of the Raiders as my first pick. There's no doubt that the Raiders finding some consistency at quarterback is huge, even when they're asking for advice from star Davante Adams. Graziano would go on to say that even when Minshew won the starting job before the season, the possibility of Las Vegas going back to O'Connell couldn't be ruled out. When Minshew won a training camp battle with Aidan O'Connell for the starting job, it seemed like it was impossible to rule out the possibility that the two would alternate all season, Graziano wrote. The Raiders played a bad game and lost to the Panthers on Sunday, and coach Antonio Pierce was clearly not happy afterward. I'm not saying Minshew was one of the guys Pierce accused of making business decisions in that game, but he ranks 24th in QBR, 44.1, through 3 weeks. Too often we see teams make a starting QB change just to shake things up, even when it's not all the quarterback's fault. I wouldn't be surprised to see O'Connell start soon. This talk comes after the Raiders' offense was sluggish against a struggling Carolina Panthers team, but Jeremy Fowler would make a valid point that the upset win over the Baltimore Ravens could give Minshew another week to prove himself. He would even say that while Minshew won the job, there were some who felt O'Connell had a slight edge because he started 10 games last season. The pressure is squarely on Minshew, but his Week 2 comeback win over Baltimore could be enough to buy him another week, Fowler wrote. Still, it's important to remember that some with the Raiders felt O'Connell had a slight edge coming out of off-season practice/minicamp, and neither quarterback really stood out in the preseason. But I'm going with New England. The Drake-May conversation is only going to grow from here. And the sense I've had all off-season has been that Jacoby Brissett would be the starter, but he might need to win enough games to keep the job.